UFC 330 is 2 weeks away. The main event features Ian Machado Garry challenging Islam Makhachev for the title. On the Deep Waters podcast, hosts recently discussed Ian's chances of an upset.
UFC 330 main event, Islam Makhachev taking on Ian Garry. Can Ian Garry get it done?
Nah, I think he's getting choked to sleep. That's what at least I'm hoping for. I hope Makhachev goes in there, manhandles his ass, gets his neck, and says, man,
before I start making any like
sleep
picks or how I think this fight's gonna go, I need to go back and see Ian Garry fight some wrestlers, see his takedown defense, see his wall work, his get-ups. I need to see a little bit more, just refresh my memory on his grappling, because obviously Islam's gonna drown him, I think, but I need to see how good he is in those positions.
He's not bad defensively.
He's long. He's
took
tall.
him down, right?
Like took him down, I think, but he had a lot of attempts. I think he took him down twice. His defense isn't bad, and his footwork is, I think, what keeps it amazing. But he's never grappled with a guy like Makhachev that has the sweeps, the inside trips, the upper body.
The best thing that he's got going for him is that he's not afraid to have a boring fight. He's not afraid to footwork on nonstop.
That's true.
Islam, you're talking.
Air jab.
No. Ian. He has no problem running from you the whole damn time, just touching the
jabbing at you.
Well, he's gonna have to stay long and stay away from Makhachev.
Yeah. I think this is gonna be a really stressful fight for Ian Garry, though. I don't think he's gonna be as comfortable, because he's gonna be his pants about the takedown, because he sees how good Islam is on the ground, and
that's a good point, honestly.
And Islam's gonna throw hard on the feet too,
because we're talking about how good of a striker Garry is, but also when I was in there with Islam, I didn't want to plant and throw heavy shots too much, because I didn't want him to grab my legs, so it made me fight a little different. You know, and that could be with Ian too. You know, you get a little timid. You don't throw the same shots you would normally throw, because the takedown threat is so there. So
Paddy Pimblett revealed a noticeable body transformation 15 days after his latest UFC fight. Following his victory at UFC 329, Pimblett traveled to Malaga, Spain. Over the weekend, he shared photos and videos. Fans quickly noted significant weight gain for the baddie since fight night. Alex Pereira also shared an Instagram story. It showed him spending time with 25-year-old influencer Angelina DeMova.
You ready?
Yes, I'm always ready.
Shama?
Shama. Shama.
It's low, okay?
Okay.
It's low.
Slow, only slow. Shama, Shama. No police. Police.
Yeah.
Okay, let's go. Chama.
Praise you. Fuck.
Bogdan Guskov reacted to his recent loss against Magomed Ankalayev at UFC Abu Dhabi. On X, Guskov wrote, "I'm sorry to everyone who believed in me. That night wasn't my night, but I'm grateful for everyone who stood behind me and supported me through this journey. Thank you for all the kind words and messages. I'll learn from this, come back stronger. I'm not done yet." Conor McGregor hinted at a return during International Fight Week 2027. He posted on Instagram, "What was to be a generational beating is now to be reset. International Fight Week 2027, the last dance." David Feldman officially announced Darren Till versus Yoel Romero. Speaking on the Ariel Helwani show, Feldman confirmed the fight for September 26th in Manchester. The bout will be contested at a 190-pound catchweight.
September 26th, Manchester at the AO Arena. We're going to have Darren Till will face Yoel Romero in a catchweight 190-pound fight. I think it's going to be an amazing fight. You've got Yoel Romero, who just doesn't know how to get old, and you've got Darren Till, who looks sensational in his first fight with us, and I'm very excited about that fight, and I think it's going to be amazing. Again, September 26th, AO Arena in Manchester. Very excited about this fight, Ariel. I think it's going to be a real banger, man. I mean, two guys that can really punch, and two guys that have hit the canvas before. So
John Jones defends himself against long-standing steroid allegations, insisting he never knowingly used PEDs.
Even but he's brilliant enough to do steroids and trick the UFC scientists It's like, which one is it? Am I the knucklehead or am I the mad genius who somehow got away with doing?
Sean Strickland recalls his earliest memories of his abusive father.
I'd go to school and, you know, I was just fucked up. I'd hide under the bed, not want to go to school. Like, so eventually I would go to school and I'd be up all night long because my mom would be like in World War III. Like, I'd be up till 2, 3 in the morning watching my mom. And this is like every fucking night, every night. My dad
would be going on.
So my dad would get home at like 4 o'clock and just start drinking. And then by I don't know, like 9 o'clock, dude, just World War III. Every now and then he would yell at you and be like, get your ass upstairs. Like, you know, cause I would like try to protect my mom. Like, go upstairs. So you'd go upstairs and like, you're just sitting there like, you know, fucking crying your brains out, listening to your mom. Like, oh, I hope my mom doesn't die tonight. I hope my mom doesn't die tonight. Actually, I remember one time, like,
you say you hope your mom doesn't die.
Yeah, like, you know, because you're just like, you're laying in bed, like hearing your dad, like, I'll fucking kill you. Like, I mean, I remember my dad, like, earliest memories telling my dad that, like, if you cheat on me again, I'll cut you and burn you and put your body in acid and bury you in the backyard. So, like, all night long, you're just like, you're hearing this shit, right? So, like, it just, anyways. So I remember people asked if I'm religious, you know. You religious, man?
I am.
So I remember like laying in bed once and like, you know, being a kid crying, no pillow sheets, right? I had no sheets on my fucking bed. So I remember just like crying my fucking eyes out when I was in this pillow. And I'm like, dude, there's no God. Like, right? Like, if there's a God, like how the fuck is there a God? And these are my earliest memories. Like, why would God do this to me? He was in the picture till I was about 17. I woke up, obviously, was trained full-time fire at the time, trying to go for work. My dad, like, had her locked up in the bedroom and, you know, saying, hey, you're banging your boss, you can't leave. So I'm like 17 years old. I go walk in there, I just beat the fuck out of him. My mom leaves.
Is that the first time you did that?
Yeah, first time I did that. It was like, it was the most depressing thing ever. Like, man, he's like laying on the floor, bloody with a broken nose. I'm like, bro, you really, like, you were my boogeyman all night? All my entire life, dude, you were the one that, like, fucking ruined my life, and you're just a pathetic fucking piece of shit. So, yeah, then my mom moved out. I lived in my mom's apartment. I'd go sleep in my brother's house, go sleep on couches. My dad died of cancer, and I remember, like, he was doing hospice at my brother's house. I was like, I don't know, probably early 20s. I didn't even know why or what I wanted to do with it. I wasn't gonna post it. But my brother's like crying in the corner. My dad's laying there fucking dead of cancer. He had so much cancer that the doctor was like, how did you not know that you had so much cancer? That's always a funny story, dude. My dad, one day my dad comes up to me as he's dying of cancer, like it's come to Jesus moment. And he goes, Sean, you know, I was really bad to you and your mom and your brother, but I didn't molest you. I'm like, well, fuck, dude. I guess it could have been worse, man. Thanks for not fucking me, dude. So my dad's fucking dead now, laying in cancer in the hospice, and I snack a picture. It's like, I don't know why. Just like, it was a moment of like this dead body of this piece of shit. Like, there was a part of me that wanted to just like have him in that moment forever. And I just like, my brother got so, he's like, my brother's crying in the corner. He's like, your dad's a piece of shit. Fuck him. What are you doing, dude? He's like, why'd you take it? And we got emailed. I was like, fine, I'll fucking delete it. But there was a part of me that was just like, looking at this dead fucking body. I was like, I just want to savor this moment. You know, I just want to like have this in my phone and just like, so I can.
Jorge Masvidal hopes Islam chokes out Ian Garry at UFC 330.
UFC 330 main event. Islam Makhachev taking on Ian Garry. Can Ian Garry get it done?
Nah, I think he's getting choked to sleep. That's what at least I'm hoping for. I hope Makhachev goes in there, manhandles his ass, gets his neck, and says, man,
before I start making any...
John Jones picks Ilia Topuria over Islam Makhachev and Arman Tsarukyan.
In a time where he was considered one of the greatest fighters on the planet.
Yeah. Feldman revealed new plans for Darren Till. He targets a fight against Mike Perry in February 2027.
Talking about Darren Till versus Mike Perry possibly for February, and that's what we'd like to get done. Obviously, you saw the news that Mike's fighting Dylan Dennis in Florida coming up pretty soon, so we'll see what happens there. And there was rumors about Mike fighting Nate Diaz again, so I don't know what's going on there, but we are targeting a Mike Perry Darren Till fight for early 2000.
Mike Perry reacts to a coach punching kids in the head during training. Dan Hooker trains for his UFC Paris main event fight versus Saladin Parnas. Dan Hooker has received death threats following the announcement of his fight with Saladin Parnas. Saladin Parnas addressed these threats during an interview with Ariel Helwani.
That he has received since this fight was announced from, he suspects, your fans, French fans, who are sending him messages, flooding him, and writing very nasty things about him and about, the upcoming fight against you. What is your reaction to this?
Non, moi, I'm focused, Dan Hooker, et vous avez juste gagné mon combat, c'est tout.
In his opinion, he also focused on his fight against Dan Hooker. Everything which the fans, his fan or Dan Hooker's fan, doesn't concern him. He has only one goal, is to fight with Dan Hooker on September 5.
I understand and respect that, but would you like to perhaps tell your fans to chill out a little bit and not send him death threats?
Yes, there is no problem. But he respects Dan Hooker, but the fans do what they want. It doesn't concern him.
Okay.
So even Dan Hooker's fan can tell nasty things to him, but he is only focused on.
UFC President Dana White confirms Conor McGregor will be sidelined for 1 year.
We saw Conor McGregor doing leg exercises the other day. Any idea what's going on with that knee?
I have no idea. Yeah. We had him on FaceTime tonight ringside, but, Conor McGregor's out for a year.
Dana, you said from the beginning.
You still asking me here? Yeah.
I am, yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah, so...
You fucked everybody up with a Conor McGregor question.
Johnny Walker was set to make his heavyweight debut against Ante Delija at UFC Belgrade. However, Delija withdrew due to injury. Walker's debut is now confirmed off the card. MMA reporter Guilherme Cruz wrote on X, UFC couldn't find a replacement for Ante Delija, so Johnny Walker is no longer fighting this weekend at UFC Belgrade, I'm told. Michael Morales has a fight booked for UFC 330. He posted a photo with the event date. His opponent is not yet official. However, rumors suggest he may face Yaroslav Amosov, who holds an impressive 31 MMA record. Islam Makhachev enjoys some time off while preparing for his fight against Ian Garry.
Bro, tomorrow I have training my arm.
You got it, come on. All right, slow down, hold on a sec. Go ahead. Hey, come this way.
Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to leave a like and subscribe to the channel so you never miss the latest MMA news. And I'll see you in the next video.